Han has joined.
Hi.
Hi, Han. Okay, I guess Frank, before we start, do you have anything to start first?
No.
Okay. Well, nothing from me. This week as well, not much updates. So we can just go around the table and update on the various work stream. Why don't you start first?
I think that's not much from Vietnam last week. It's just we keep monitoring the situation of investor selection process. So now we see that some province already is moving. I think that some project can move in the direction that what we have seen so far, that only one get qualified and they are awarded the projects. I also keep close communication with DITBIN as well, share with them on all of the case that happening in the market, so that they know what other province is doing. What I think that they might proceed very quickly with the first two projects, which they are in the final state of issuing the investment decision for those first two projects, and then they will open that process very soon. So we will see how it looks like. And at the same time, for our end, we are also prepare our structure and documentations to make sure that we are ready. Yeah.
Cool. Are you saying for DMBN, you think they'll move quickly, BCG and Envision? Is that what you mean? First,
yes, I think so, because they are 2 years ahead of us, right? And they secured the land resolution years ago already, and now they are and now the province will, I think that very soon will issue the investment decision for that two project first. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. But I thought you said they have to go through the EOI process first.
No. The investment decision is just that the province decide that this is the project in the province that they want to make an investment, and then the EOI is the process to call for investor interest in that project.
Okay, so they're not giving investor selection; they're just taking the investment decision. The investment selection will still
Yep.
It's not going to be fast. Yeah.
No, so you must decide you have investment first, and then you call for investor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Understand.
I think that's next week Jason will come, right? And hi news.
Yeah. Just a quick update. I had a offline catch up with Baker and McKenzie yesterday, like a quick one. And it seems like they suggest, like the very starting point is they think, number one, the most important thing is we should think about the structure where we can secure the projects. So that's why they kind of prefer the option of internal consortiums between WIM system AS and VDAS. And then once we can secure the projects, then we will step to the step where we think about the share transfer. And their thought is the new regulation is coming, prove the improvement instead of creating more concern, where they remove all of the experience requirements. And they think the transfer is still something possible in practice around the developer. Even now it is subject to the review and approval of the local province, but in principle the transaction, Baker still believe that it's possible. So I think for the call later this afternoon specifically about this topic, maybe we can kind of finalize the structure that we want, and any questions we want to have the Q&A with Baker, and I can set up a kind of 1 hour, 1.5 hours with them, because we have 2 rounds of follow-ups.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. The other thing that's next week. So the two meeting with Lâm Đồng and Vĩnh Long are confirmed now. We will go to meeting with them next week.
Kuhn, do you have a list of all the projects that are in PDP8 from both the provinces that have been combined? Is there a single list now for those two new provinces?
We have the list of the project, but we don't know the status that where they are and who own it. Yeah.
Okay, so we would have you'll have some sort of indication next week what projects are out there. Do we have any ideas which one we would like to grab, if we can grab them? What do you expect to learn in the meeting?
Yeah. So I think that first that we will show we will remind them again that we targeted some block before for the project that we submit, and we check whether if those blocks are still available, and then or if not that any other block that they think is the block already in PDP8, but they still need more development work to bring that into feasibility study, and the third option is that we also will show, in one of the provinces we also show the potential area that we want to study. So even if the project is not in PDP, but we also asking for the new survey license as well. So that is we clearly we mentioned very clear in the letter that the embassy sent to them. So that's the three options that we will look at.
That's good. That's good. Good luck.
Thanks.
Any updates from Lao?
No, the guys. So I talked to him again, and he said, he talked with his local player, and he also mentioned that his local Lao player have an area that they might be interested in co-develop. So I asked them to share with us the KMG of that area that they're having. And we can make an assessment and then for further discussion on how we want to collaborate on that. I think that maybe next week if they share that information, and then we can have some study on the blog. Then I think then we might need to go to Laos to see that local guy. But I'm still waiting for that feedback.
And is sales making any progress with any of the discussions they're having for first projects?
Say again.
Is sales making any progress with their discussions with any of the potential buyers disturbance?
I don't think on Laos, but in Vietnam, there's some progress with Phương Anh and Gilek, I think, and next week Raphael also go to Hanoi with Antoine to meet them. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I think Raphael and Tom will be there next week as well. I just had a chat with Raphael earlier this week. He mentioned that he'll be meeting some of these customers as well to see where they are. And Kung, I think one of those discussions that he wanted to know is the updates on this investor selection process. Is obviously not as fast as you are. So he just wants to see where some of these opportunities lie, especially for some of those project that you mentioned that's progressing in Tra Vinh.
Yeah.
Okay. Any updates on Song La?
I think it's hear anything from the contractor that they start the work yet?
Yeah, actually now in the Sơn La I had a draining, so the working now is stopped, and now the contractor focus on buying the equipment first. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Now in the North Vietnam, that it is rain season, so the construction work cannot proceed. Yeah.
All right, but make sure that they already order the equipment and the sensor, so that while waiting for the equipment to arrive, and I think that's I'm afraid that the installation wouldn't be able to start until the beginning of October. It's still very bad raining this time.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because we're expecting Songla to be in Central Pipeline this year. So if we're not able to meet it, we need to update accordingly as well.
Let's
So
do
it's
it.
not identified yet. Yeah.
Let's do everything we can to meet it. Thanks. IPCO or Renco, anything?
No, I don't think that there is any hope with Reneco now. I think that's let's meet the province, Vĩnh Long, and I think that one of the things that because now we can just go straight into bidding. I think that if we really want to start the fight, that's what I'm just thinking that we have a caliber, because now what they really need is just a strong balance sheet, right? And I already see some guy like Trung Nam. If Frank, you know that Trung Nam, the mafia guy, he going to bid everywhere, and of course that he will not be able to win if the province not supporting him. But if we can get support from the province, I think we can go bid. But I think that's one thing we will have we need to think carefully about it and how to proceed. It's like chaotic now. Everyone is trying to go to bid now.
What do you think about CIP with Petro Vietnam, the announcement? Is that going to be the first project?
Wow, so we know that the government want to do the first two projects, one with PVN, one with EVN, and well, the GDA is the GDA. I think it's not surprised. They has been working on that for many years, but the thing is that what would be the incentive for the government to push that project forward, right? It must be bankable, right? And then I think that it's still a lot of challenge ahead, but of course, CIP they secure the good position. If that's JDA is serious, then they will do the first project, but I'm not sure when. I think.
So can you remind me, is this the same project that with Sembcorp, or is it a different one?
No, the one with Sembcorp is the one for export. So that's it going through a different scheme, right? Yeah. And I think that's a dead end. I think that's not feasible. That's what I heard. So there are not many people talking about that now. And this project is for PPA with EVN.
Okay. Of course, I remember CIP when I met Sembcorp. They were kind of hinting. They were talking to CIP as well. For CIP wants to come into that project to supply all the way to Singapore. But I guess.
I'm not sure. I heard from CIP or Ørsted guy before, and it looked like they made a prelim study and they think that it's not feasible. So.
No, they're going to go to Malaysia first, then Singapore.
Yeah.
Make a detour.
No, I think that's probably also why what was it? Gentari came in later. I'm not sure. Yeah, because by right they should talk to the Malaysian government first as well. But they only signed an MOU recently, right, with the Malaysian guys.
Right. I don't think I have anything more for Vietnam.
Okay. Thanks. I forwarded you something that Theo asked us to give the assumptions, so we can discuss that in Vietnam. Please remind me if I forget. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. If there's nothing on Vietnam, Han or Erica as well, then we'll move on to Korea.
Right.
onshore, the Mande Mountain or Mountain, that we plan to go to the Moti next week or the week after, and try to find out what's the status about the Mande Mountain and Wara Mountain. And in relate to the onshore project, the future onshore project, next week we will have meeting with the HE Electric